Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. If you listen closely, you can hear the soothing sounds of sirens. Well, that's hot! That's hot! It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's the TheDailyWoo. First stop of the day, gonna get off the interstate and head towards a little town by the name of Bessemer, Alabama. Check that old Pepsi sign out. Down these windy back roads is the childhood home of a guy when I was younger I really idolized. His name was Bo Jackson. When he won the Heisman Trophy in 1985, I was 11 years old. And then I started following his career into my early teenage years. And he was the closest thing to a real-life superhero that I think I had ever seen at that point. At the height of his career, probably in the late 80s, 2020 did a news special on him in his neighborhood where he spent some time between the baseball and football career. And I want to check it out. To get there, you got to go down this steep embankment and pass this junkyard to head into the neighborhood. I think we're almost there. The streets that he used to roam around on. As you can see, the road itself dead ends and just kind of drives off into the woods there. But the interview, you can find it on YouTube. The 2020 special. I think it was Stone Phillips who was walking with him down this very road past all these houses. You can see a lot of them now demolished or burned down or abandoned. But Bo's house, where his family lived, was right there on the corner of that dead-end road. Right there. In fact, if you watch that news clip, you can see this house in the background where he's taking pictures of his family right here. There was another car parked in that spot. I'm not sure if his family still lives in that house, but the stomping grounds of Bo. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool. He was born Vincent Edward, and he was given the nickname Bo on that very road that now bears his name. His friends and family said he had the personality of a wild boar. Here in Alabama, they called it a wild bow. The name stuck, and the rest is history. Now, I don't follow sports like I used to. I don't have a favorite player or a favorite team. But when that TV special came out, I was pretty excited about it. And going there brought back a lot of memories. Now, that truck is cool. Not only old school, but it has the sweet flames on the side. Heading into Montevallo, celebrating 200 years of distinction. Stopped off at a place called American Village and History in Miniatures. Here in the courtyard, they have an exact replica of the Liberty Bell, including the famous crack that goes about 3/4 up the side. Now, it's been a while since I've been to Philadelphia. I don't think you can actually touch the one there. This exact full-scale replica was made for the American Village to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the bell. Also on the property is this, which is known as the Colonial Chapel. I really like that eagle there, perched. That metal eagle perched on his little ledge. In each of these glass cases are different events that have happened through time, including Pilgrim's sail to the New World. And over here we have the Declaration of Independence, and even a section dedicated to Daniel Boone in the American frontier. He's just hacking away at that tree. This guy's not really being much help though. He's just kind of holding a knife. He's not really helping cut the tree down too much. And this is George Washington just chilling by the fire, keeping warm as Betsy Ross sits in her chair creating the American flag. Good old Ben Franklin. He wanted to prove a point, so he took a kite, flew it into the lightning bolt. Davy Crockett, the king of the wild frontier, hero of the Alamo. Did you know that he killed 105 bears between 1822 and 1823? In 1 year, 105 bears. That's a lot. President Lincoln at Ford Theater. If you notice, back behind the curtain is the hand of John Wilkes Booth. You don't actually see him. You only see his fingers holding the weapon. But he's back there. Rest assured, he's back there. Some historic moments: Henry Ford and the automobile, the Wright brothers and the airplane. As impressive as all these displays are documenting history, take a look at this. Holy cow. The presidents and first ladies of the United States of America. The Reagans, the Obamas, the Kennedys, the Clintons, the Carters, George and Barbara, and next to them, his son and Laura. Impressive. Most impressive. Got the Nixons near the front. But don't forget, in the back, we got the Coolidges just hanging out in the back. And let's not forget James K. Polk. He's got a look on his face like he's doing a little thinking. Wonder what's on his mind. You gotta wonder. Gotta admit, that was pretty cool. Just to give you a little perspective on the size of the property itself, just take a look at how big this place is. Pretty awesome. Very well maintained and beautiful. If you got a moment, do you mind coming over here and setting me free? I'm slightly incapacitated at the moment for the time being. Please. Please. This is very uncomfortable and I do not like it. This is inside the Founders Hall. And over in the corner is a table with a pen and some letterhead. I don't know if that's the correct word. Is it called letterhead when you have paper that you're gonna put a documentation on? It looks like someone has already beaten me to it. The paper underneath says, "We the people." Ah, it's out of ink. Fail. This is what they call Washington Hall. Pretty majestic. According to this sign, in this building is a full-scale replica of the White House Oval Office. This could be incredible. Whoa. Holy cow. This is amazing. I am inside the Oval Office. Wow. This is actually really cool. What makes it even more amazing is the fact that I am the only one in here all by myself. Behind the presidential desk. Look at this. Across the field goes a couple of colonial dressed gentlemen enjoying the day. And they're also doing an event out here where they've planted a lot of tulips. They're very beautiful. A plethora of tulips. and the ground is soaking wet. My shoes and socks are gonna be a little moist. I really like the purple ones. Off in the distance, you can see there's also some orange and yellow ones as well. They're very beautiful. And the reason I knew those weren't petunias is because they gave me this sticker when I entered the premises. Spoiler alert. Here we go. This is very creative. The cone zone. They look very happy. Cruising down the road just a bit because we are very close to the center of Alabama. And to prove this fact, I have to drive down this road. My apologies to Large Marge, but we made it. Right next to the cemetery, documents the fact that we are smack dab in the middle of the state. Erected by the Chamber of Commerce in 1955, and Buford Mad Dog Tannen. Yeah, I know part 1 and part 2, they're all in the same series. But what is the coincidence here? What are the odds? Back to the Future. You're everywhere. And this is kind of interesting as well. On the back side of that marker is this rock structure. And on top of that is one grave, and one grave only. Just up top on all these rocks. Elizabeth Seal and David Adams both passed away back at the end of the 1800s. But this is it. The exact center of Alabama. How do they know that this is the spot? Do they have it down to the inch, the foot? You gotta wonder. Things like this are always on my mind. I'm always wondering. I love those old drugstore signs. And here in this downtown area, look at these apartments up here. The ledges. Kind of unusual, right? There's a bunch of old railroad cars. The heart of Dixie. And another one over here in the woods. Sitting all by its lonesome. Good old Big the Foot. Sometimes I don't give this guy enough credit for sticking by me all these years. Through thick and thin, he's never left my side. Then again, I've never let him leave, so he doesn't really have a choice. You are currently looking at me through my own glasses. It's like I'm looking at myself, but it's not me looking at me. It's not like I'm looking in a mirror. It's you looking at me, which is really bizarre. Even more bizarre than that is the fact that I set the camera up and put my own glasses there, and I'm talking to you through the glasses. It's not like you did it on your own accord. I did it. And I think I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. You should say it, because you're me right now. Say it. Come on. Starts with a V. It ends with an over.